Let's roll.
Let's go. Let's see if we can get the dub. Today, liberal tears can fill the entire Missouri River. Absolutely. 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 Yeah, I don't know. It kind of feels, though, Eric, it kind of feels like liberals know that this is good for America deep down. I don't know. I kind of feel like there's not much pushback this time against Trump because even liberals know that this is good for our country. I don't know.
Let's roll.
Maybe I'm wrong. They just felt utterly defeated. I think so. Yeah, maybe it's just utter defeated, utter defeation. Hydra, what's up, Hydra? Good to see you. Yes. Oh yeah, I guess. I cannot believe that Joe Biden pardoned all of his family members as criminals. Wow. And pardoned the criminal Fauci. Now we know for sure Fauci and the Bidens are criminals. Oh, I know, Eric. Oh, I know, Hydra. It was awesome, Hydra. It was fantastic, wasn't it? It's Jover. It's Jover. It is so Jover. This is why I didn't choose this map. No, I did not see that, guess. Destiny is getting sued for leaking adult images of another streamer without consent. He was dumb enough during a legal action to say he did it. Wow. Wow. No, I hadn't heard that news, guess. That's terrible. What an idiot. What a jerk. What a piece of crap. Rod and fence, he's done. Isn't that great?
Counter-terrorists win.
Yeah, Hydra. Vivek leaves Doge to allegedly run for Ohio governor. Obviously, it was that tweet denigrating Americans. He's leaving Doge because of that tweet denigrating Americans. Obviously, right? We all know that, right? American Patriot, what's up? I don't think Elon...
Why did he have an XM, bro?
Yeah,
they're gonna continue
Altair.
to just push behind us.
It was the whole HB1 thing when Vivek basically said like American culture sucks and like all you guys care about is like being like prom king and you guys like we need to like import like math nerds from India because you guys are like too stupid and like your like high school football jocks and like all you care about is like the QB and the prom king and like Indians from like Chinese like third worlders actually care about like math and so we need to import a bunch of math nerds to replace American workers because Americans can't do it. That's basically what Vivek said.
He's dead. One more CT, one CT.
CT is in fact not dead.
Well, I killed one there, and then there's one more.
Wow, guess. Well, at least Destiny offered to pay her and say, "Hey, sorry, yeah, I screwed up. I'll pay you." But he probably didn't offer her enough money to pay back for that. Exactly, Altair. Yeah, exactly, Altair. It's like, it was bizarre. That whole H1B thing was just not good.
Terrorists win. You will die. I planted.
Deport Shank, Greenland, Panama, Canada will all kneel to the American Empire. Yes, no, it's about to get real. It's about to get real. I hope Trump puts tariffs on countries tonight. Yeah, exactly, Hydra. Here, I should find. If you guys don't know the tweet I'm talking about, I should find the exact tweet and show you guys the exact tweet.
Two. The drops. Was last one over under B or what?
I don't know.
I'm scaffolding.
Really? He turns on me like that? Illegals are already self-deporting, it makes you think. Yeah, no, I mean, so especially the Trump rule about how if you get deported, like, you're banned forever. But if you just go home and self-deport, like, you can apply to come here legally. So you gotta create like an incentive, so it's like, so they go home automatically. I think Trump is gonna deport, like, maybe Trump deports like 500,000 and probably millions of people go home voluntarily. Because they don't want to get forcibly deported. Which I don't care if they go home voluntarily or if we deport them home, but like, they need to go home.
Terrorists win. I fear no man.
Asking them to go home is not actually. Frankly, they don't even have to go home, but you can't stay here.
Hey, do we want to do one more lurk round and then I'm gonna molly or ladder?
Yes, we definitely need to do some lurk rounds. They're pushing us like cray.
Yeah, no, they really like to flank.
Yeah,
If we can have somebody just holding whenever we're pushing anything.
I'm just gonna hold it in the room. Just gonna...
Darn. Grenade out. I'm throwing a flashbang. Molotov.
Ironman. 160.
Throwing smoke. Terrorists win. Has been realized.
Yo, can I get the AK back? Actually,
Hey,
no,
thank you, baby.
Yeah, no, just take it, just take it. I forgot I got 11k.
Wait, I just can't get a kill this game. I don't know what's happening.
I'm gonna go mid. I'm gonna go
We
mid.
must work together.
They're just playing really stupid and like.
I'm throwing fire.
Walk.
Yeah, tell me, bro.
Don't come in scaffold.
Fuck this game.
Yeah. Flashing.
Watch behind.
I need to eat a taco.
Molotov.
Valid. Just give me a second, I'll accept it.
One's
Throwing smoke.
Remember this op, I'm gonna flash up.
Throwing a flashbang.
Elevator.
Gonna plant.
Elevator.
Damn, dude, I heard him. It's kind of my bad. I should have just backed off after the first kill. Dude, can I get one of those tacos? Yeah.
purple. How's your breathing been?
I can't breathe.
Yeah, probably not very good.
Gotta get that knee off my neck.
Dude, I don't know. Just say please. I'm gonna take off.
Trying to get the fentanyl out of the system.
Real.
Nah, I think you're just projecting.
They got the wrong guy. They got the
No way. Oh yeah.
Alter, I'm surprised you didn't stream any of the speeches easy view count in bits. Bro, I was so tired. First of all, I did the 4-hour radio show this morning.
We must move.
So I did a 4-hour radio show this morning on Montana Talks. I don't even know if I announced that I was doing that or tweeted it, but So that was super early, and then I came home and I had to.
Yo,
then
what?
I had to like work, and I did
One
some
ladder. I don't know
work,
how the hell he killed me.
and it's just like, and then I ended up taking a nap. So, but no, I was watching it pretty much the whole time. I pretty much watched it all day today, but that was like in between doing the radio show, in between calls.
That shot? Yo, this guy's the best opera NA. That's crazy.
Let's do a lurk round and let's wait for them to like ladder him or something.
Together we can do this.
Yo, sandbag the one time I don't check it.
What's up, Rolla? The Joe Biden dog? Probably. I'm assuming that dog was an accomplice to crime. So yeah.
What the flap?
Yeah, the hiring freeze is awesome. I didn't know that he was going to do a hiring freeze. That's awesome. I love that. I love the hiring freeze. Riding Fence, I listened in. Good show. Dan Bongino was having a blast too. Oh, that's awesome. Thank you, Riding Fence. Appreciate that, man. Thank you. You gonna watch the inaugural balls? I don't know. Are they worth watching?
Let's go. Let's go.
MAGA. Panzer, what's up? It's a great day in America. It's a great day in America, isn't it? Why'd you guys want this map anyway?
It's a good map.
Well, we just played Inferno, so I didn't want to play Saxaro.
I never want to play Inferno. Inferno's the worst map in this whole game.
We have a tendency of, if we play 2 maps in a row, then we get shit on the second match, but...
I feel like Inferno's just like Rush Banana or go slow app simulator. Like,
Yeah, sounds about right.
I mean, I did top frag, surprisingly. I got my first kill, guys. You don't need to celebrate.
What? He's dead. 2 CT. 1 CT.
I win! Oh my god! Nice.
We are the best.
I'm locked in, guys, don't worry.
You better.
Oh, Trump is gonna speak at all 3 of the balls? Oh, okay. I didn't realize that. Dude, Trump must be so tired. I'd be so wiped out if I was Trump having to do all this crap all day long. I'm having a good day. I did the radio
Yeah,
show
I'm
this
sorry,
morning.
over
Counter-terrorists win. Let's make this right as rain.
So Yellow, I know that you're not a real Fent addict because you have a knife. If you were a real Fent addict, you would have sold it and bought more Fent.
We'll see, I'm balling from the fence, so I gotta ball out somehow, dude.
What, you selling it or you buying it?
Selling and buying.
Why
Yeah,
would
high
you
on
sell
your
it if you already
supply.
have? Or why would you buy it if you already have
Don't
it?
get high on your own.
No, you
To
gotta
resell. They're coming ramp, by the way.
Yo, they're really coming ramp.
Holy fuck.
Come in, cat, come in, cat. Ah,
One
elevator.
elevator.
There's also one heaven.
I'm Slim Shady.
Harris looked like such a sore loser diva today. She has ever since the election. At every time I've seen Kamala Harris, she's looked terrible. Yeah, no, it was. I don't know. I've enjoyed watching the inaugural events and stuff, but like, I don't know. There's.
What on?
I don't know. I'm down with it. I like all like the pomp and circumstance. Like I'm fine with it. And oh, the president is having tea now, and oh, the president is now there for the first honor ceremony, and it all feels kind of British to me a little bit. It's kind of funny. Kind of feels British to me.
Yes.
Was Biden sad he lost? I don't know. I doubt he even knew he
Another
lost.
one, holy shit.
Like,
I don't get it, dude. They run and gun and have 100%
Motherfuckers.
accuracy.
no, they're pushing together. Let's just.
You should have seen what just happened to yellow.
No, I mean, yeah, probably. I mean, they've got SMG. That makes sense.
Running sideways, jumping midair, spraying Mac 10. Headshot.
Yeah.
That's just like sacrosanct to be honest.
Come on, chop chop.
I hear mid.
Mid.
Mid, very mid.
Blue is AFK, bro. Come on, Blue, you got this, bro.
Oh my god.
Quit eating your tacos, come on.
They're both hit. Mid.
Terrorists win.
So I got a lot out of hand there.
I'm muting Mario. Muting now.
What?
What the flip, dude?
All right, muted.
Don't you want to hear his funny little Italian voice lines?
He's retarded.
Let's go.
We are moments from more executive actions. Sweet. Yeah, I want to see. Let's go. I want to see is the new Trump White House website up?
I'm getting. Coming.
Is WhiteHouse.gov updated? Do we have executive orders up on WhiteHouse.gov yet?
One scaffolding.
Yes. Oh, nice. Okay, good. Good.
From behind, I think.
Bomb is on ramp, I think.
There's no stopping us. I'm waiting here. All right, gentlemen, this is it.
Mid. Nope, B.
Incendiary out. Grenade out. Terrorists win.
That was on Wario.
Dude, I'm like entirely smoked off. What the fuck do you want me to do?
See through the smoke.
Bro, you can't even breathe.
So excited for the second Trump term, expecting a lot of great things from him. He has raised the bar. Oh yeah. No, it's crazy how I've heard multiple people say like how different this feels. I've heard lots of people say that they've been doing this for 30 years. They've never seen America so optimistic.
Grenade out.
This is why I don't play this map.
Throwing fire. Deploying flashbang.
I saw that Rubio's confirmed already. That's incredible. Cabinet members being confirmed on Inauguration Day is impressive. That's wild. Good for Rubio.
This or no? Oh shit.
That's amazing. Yeah, the senators looking out for senators. You know how that goes.
Counter-terrorists win.
Rubio played the game long enough. Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. He gets to be Secretary of State now. And all the other senators want future presidents to pick them to be in the cabinet. So they're all just going to fast track any senator. So then future senators are like, oh, maybe I should, or future presidents are like, oh, maybe I should pick a senator so that they get fast track confirmed. Making it more likely that senators are picked for future cabinet positions. How scummy is that?
Bomb's going.
Lake and Riley passed the Senate. Good. All right, we'll check in. We'll check in on the inaugural balls as soon as I'm done with this match. We'll check in on the inaugural balls. I didn't realize Trump was speaking at all of them.
Throwing fire. Incendiary. Throwing flashbang. Throwing grenade.
He's left side. Hit.
Throwing a grenade. Counter-terrorists.
Wow, we actually may come back on this thing.
Ramp.
Grenade out.
Covering, planning, cover, or diffusing. Whatever the fuck. Same fucking thing, kinda, not really.
Counter-terrorists win.
Time to lock in.
Go. Throwing fire. Throwing fire. Molotov. Fire in the hole. Grenade out.
Brax, what up, Brax? Amen, brother. Amen. Got one. You reckon Rubio will run for president again in 2028? I think he still has that ambition. Oh, obviously yes, Eric. Obviously yes. Especially if he's has a successful tenure as Secretary of State. Oh, bummer. Almost had to come back. If he has a successful tenure as Secretary of State, then yes, definitely, especially.
Yes, sir.
People have wanted to do this for years. So they are now designated as terrorist organizations, foreign. And Mexico probably doesn't want that. But we have to do what's right. They're killing our people. They're killing 250, 300,000 American people a year. Not 100, like has been reported for 15 years. It's probably 300,000.
This is an executive.
Mexico doesn't want that. How are you going to deal with this?
I don't know. You'll have to ask them.
This is an executive order entitled Protecting the American People Against Invasion, which again deals with the southern border and the unprecedented admission of illegal aliens across the southern border.
I love how I love these signing ceremonies because Donald Trump is not actually reading the orders that he's signing before he signs them, which I don't know. I kind of find that funny.
Foreign policy.
Say?
What's going to be your priority on foreign policy? What do you see as the biggest
Well,
national
foreign
security
policy is a
threat?
big statement. I mean, my priority on foreign policy is going to be to keep America safe. Very simple. It's a big question, though. That's a very big question.
Who is going to be the first foreign leader that you plan to meet, or who are you going to call tomorrow on your first day?
I've already been meeting people. I've been meeting them. I've been talking to them.
Trump is so chilled out. It's crazy. It's like, I don't think he's tired or anything. He's just chilled out.
Numerous foreign leaders. Go ahead.
Sir, this next order relates to the definition of birthright citizenship under the 14th Amendment of the United States.
Good. That's a good one. Birthright. That's a big one.
Oh, ending birthright citizenship. This is going straight to court. It'll go straight to court, but I'm in favor of it.
You'll find out. It's ridiculous. We're the only country in the world that does this with birthright, as you know.
As you know. As you know.
Absolutely ridiculous, but, you know, we'll see. We think it.
Yeah, it is, Altair. It's awesome.
Sir,
People have wanted to do this for decades.
Sir, this is a proclamation declaring a national emergency at the southern border of the United States.
That's a big one. Not a big one.
Declare it national. Wow, these are huge. Every single one of these executive orders is absolutely massive.
President Trump, did President Biden leave you a letter?
He may have. Wait. Don't they leave it in the desk?
Oh, Trump is looking for if Biden left him a letter.
Thank you, Peter. It could have been years before we found this.
Wow, he actually found the letter. Peter did.
Thank you.
Can you read that outside?
Maybe we should all read it together. Let's read it. Well, maybe I'll read it first and then make that determination.
Sounds great.
Peter, thank you very much. I may not have seen this for months.
Happy to help with the passing of the torch.
I did. I left him one in the desk, just like this.
I left him one in the desk. Dude, that's crazy. Seeing Trump back in the Oval Office at the Resolute desk, baby. Oh, it's awesome.
I didn't know that he
This is crazy.
pardoned to his family because he did it during my speech.
He didn't tell you to handle it.
No, he didn't.
Oh, there's no way Biden wrote this note.
I released it during my speech. I mean, during my speech. So all I could do was say, "Excuse me, I'd like to come back and speak some more." No, we were surprised by that. It's bad precedent, obviously.
It's bad precedent, obviously.
Well,
Now every president is just gonna Biden, like, horrible.
Canada, because they're allowing vast numbers of people. Canada's a very bad abuser also. Vast numbers of people to come in and fentanyl to come in.
When do you think you would enact those?
I think February 1st.
Are you planning on giving notice of that?
I think we'll do it February 1st.
25% on both, sir.
Sir,
On each.
On each, yeah.
this is an executive order taking a large number of executive actions to secure our southern border.
Okay.
Here's a large number of executive actions to secure the southern border. All right, I'll sign it. Hasn't even read the thing. Actually, I'm assuming Trump has obviously read these previously.
I think we have a lot of them. Right now, I think we have a lot. I think North Korea turned out to be good. I was very friendly with him. He liked me. I liked him. We got along very well. They thought that was a tremendous threat. Now, he is a nuclear power, but we got along. I think he'll be happy to see him coming back.
And
I think he has tremendous condo capability. He's got a lot of shoreline.
Thank you, sir.
Are you going to work with countries from South America to coordinate on immigration?
About who?
Or immigration in general?
This is an executive order. Sorry, sir.
I'm fine with legal immigration. I like it. We need people, and I'm absolutely fine with it. We want to have it. We need it because we're going to have a lot of companies coming in to avoid tariffs. You know, if you don't want tariffs,
So what's the point?
plant in the U.S.
How is that good for us if, okay, so we secure our border and we put tariffs on it, so now companies come to the U.S., but when the companies come to the U.S., they need to import a bunch of foreigners to work in the companies in the. How is that good for America? So now we have to import a bunch of foreigners to work in the companies that are in the U.S. that are here to avoid tariffs.
As you know,
I don't like that.
Large tariffs on China, and they've really been forced to leave them. And if we didn't leave them, you wouldn't have one steel mill that's open in this country because they were dumping massive amounts.
I wish Donald Trump was way further to the right on immigration.
And they were unable to terminate the tariffs they put on China because it was too much money and the budgets didn't work.
Right and fence. True, right and fence. Correct, yeah. Trump said, write up a order telling me it's or declaring a national emergency.
Last week, as you know. Did you know?
And then they wrote it up, and then he read it.
Very good phone call. Long.
Did you stand with NATO at this moment? Are you planning to meet your NATO allies?
No, NATO has to pay more money. NATO has to pay 5%. We are, we're in the Ukraine war by $200 billion more than NATO. It's ridiculous because it affects them a lot more. We have an ocean in between. And we've spent $200 billion more on Ukraine than NATO has spent. And they've got to equalize.
Did you talk to Xi about? Did you talk to Xi about the Ukraine war?
Yeah.
Because China and Brazil together has a proposal to bring Russia and Ukraine to talk.
That's good. That's fine. I'm ready.
That's good. That's fine. I'm ready.
Talk with the Brazilian
How did
president.
Brazil get involved?
Brazil's
This
involved.
is a new one.
When are you going to talk to Lula?
Are you from Brazil?
I'm from Brazil. When are you
That's
talking?
why they're involved, I guess.
When are you going to talk with the Brazilian president? How do you see your relationship with Latin America and Brazil?
Great. Should be great. They need us.
How do you see the relationship? Should be great.
We don't need
Great.
them.
Should be great.
Everybody needs us.
We don't need them. They need us. Goes back to signing. Oh my gosh, I love it so much.
What does that define that?
I can't. I know. I can barely hear Trump either. It's already maxed out. I mean, I could crank up the gain on voice meter banana, but it just sounds bad.
There are other things too.
And it's already up a little bit.
And a very big thing is the Panama Canal. China controls the Panama Canal. What's that all about? They're not supposed to be good. When Jimmy Carter gave it, which was a terrible mistake, he didn't do it. He didn't give it to China. He gave it to Panama. And China controls the Panama Canal.
So are China tariffs
And we're not going to allow that to happen.
Are they still on the table, or is that on?
We're not going to allow that to happen.
You tell me. You tell me, Altair. There it is. Okay, I'll go to the Fox News one.
Spain is very low.
I have audio problems also, I think, because I'm using voice meter banana. Who told me Fox News has good audio? Who told me Fox News has good audio? The frick?
It is very controversial and certainly will probably face.
Look at NBC News. Dude, NBC News is not even frickin' playing this stuff.
No, they have us over a barrel. I said, no, we have them over a barrel. And there's no way they're going to be able to do that.
This is an executive order relating to
those countries, like Spain.
As a BRICS nation, yes. They'll have 100% tariff if they so much as even think about doing what they thought.
Can you explain how it's
And therefore they'll give it up immediately. So will China give it up.
So this is about reforming the system of hiring in the federal government to ensure that merit is the lodestar of hiring decisions
As
as
per
opposed
the Supreme Court.
to other matters. Yes, sir.
This is a big deal. Merit. Our country is going to be based on merit again. Can you believe it?
Mr. President, you had said you would end the Russia-Ukraine war on your first day in office. Where do things stand right now, and how do you intend?
Well, this is only half a day. I have another half a day left. We'll see. We want to get it done.
This is an order creating and implementing the Department of Governmental Efficiency, known as DOGE.
Okay, that's a big one.
Is Elon Musk going to get a West Wing office?
No, he's getting an office for about 20 people that we're hiring to make sure that these get implemented. We have a problem in this country. You sign an executive order, it doesn't get done for 6 months. As an example, when we allowed the J6 hostages to go out, it might not be approved under the old days, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 6 months. You know, they had a good ruling from the Supreme Court, and it's like nothing happened. That ruling was 6 months ago, you know that. And it was like they didn't have a ruling. They've been treated very unfair. The judges have been absolutely brutal. The prosecutors have been brutal. Nobody's ever treated people in this country like that.
Yeah, true. Seriously. Good point, Trump.
Well, we're looking at 2 police officers, actually, that Washington police officers who went after an illegal, and things happened, and they ended up putting them in jail. They got 5-year jail sentences. You know the case. And we're looking at that in order to give them we got to give them a break.
But is there clemency in your actions today for anyone?
Well, it would be a pardon. That would be a pardon. The one I'm talking about would be a pardon.
Here you go, sir. This is
Should
an
there be punishment for the people who assaulted law enforcement officers that day?
Well, I will say this. They've been in jail for a long time already. I see murderers in this country get 2 years, 1 year, and maybe no time.
Yeah, really.
They've already been in jail for a long time.
They've already been in jail for a long time.
Destroyed. What they've done to these people is outrageous.
Yeah, seriously, good point. We need equal protection. They should all be released immediately. It's called equal protection.
That were aggressive, and in many cases, I believe they happen to be outside agitators. But you know, what do I know, right? But I think they were. I think they were outside agitators. There were outside agitators involved, and obviously the FBI was involved.
Yep, FBI was involved.
Ray admitted the FBI.
I know, guitar player. Isn't that disgusting?
People indirectly or directly.
Conservative Irk, what's up?
And it was in 26. That's a lot of people. No, we got to take care of these people have been treated so badly. It's never happened before. What happened in Seattle where they took over a big portion of the city? What happened in Portland where they burn down the city every day and people die? Nothing happened to anybody.
Altair with the primer. Thank you, Altair.
I mean, they're still going after brand new people. They found
Whoa.
somebody else with a picture. There's never been anything like this.
Guess.
And, you know,
Gift to the tier 1. Thank you, guess.
Think of this. Almost
Appreciate that, man.
100% of the people are convicted. 100%. It's Washington, D.C. People go into a trial and they say, oh, I have a wonderful lawyer and I didn't do anything wrong. And they end up in shackles almost immediately and jail. No, we're not going to let it happen.
We're not going to let it happen.
Is there any other option that would satisfy you?
About what?
Greenland, instead of buying it.
Finland?
Greenland.
Oh, Greenland. Greenland is a wonderful place. We need it for international security. And I'm sure that Denmark will come along. I think it's costing them a lot of money to maintain it, to keep it. The people of Greenland are not happy with Denmark, as you know. I think they're happy with us. We had representatives, my son and representatives went up there 2 weeks ago, and they like us. So we'll see what happens. But Greenland is necessary, not for us, it's necessary for international security.
Holy cow, guess with the primer. New MAGA history starts today. Amen, guess. Heck yeah.
And they can't maintain it.
When are you going to be talking Vladimir
For us, it's necessary for international
Oh, that is better audio. Thank you. That is
You have
better
Russian
audio.
boats all over the place. You have China boats all over the place, warships. And they can't maintain it.
When are you going to be talking Vladimir Putin?
Who?
Do you plan to meet President Putin, sir?
I'll be meeting with President Putin.
When do you plan?
I don't know. I can't. It's being set up.
Your first trip for the night, sir?
So first foreign trip typically has been with UK, but I did it with Saudi Arabia last time because they agreed to buy $450 billion worth of our product. I said, I'll do it, but you have to buy American product, and they agreed to do that. They bought $450 billion. It was the least reported story I've ever been involved in.
And now, where are you planning to go now?
Well, I don't know. If Saudi Arabia wanted to buy another 450 or 500, we'll up it for all the inflation.
Mr. President, you say you're going
think
to
I
end
probably
the
go
war's first day. How do you plan to end the Ukraine war?
Well, we're going to try and get it done as quickly as possible.
Do you want to push Israel and Saudi
It should have
Arabia?
never started. You know, the war with Ukraine and Russia should have never started. It would have never started if I were president.
Yeah, Trump is hilarious. I agree, Eric. Trump just brushes off questions. It is hilarious.
Happen, but maybe not quite yet, but they'll end up being in the
Yeah, conservative Eric, that's
the
bad.
Accords, the Abraham Accords.
President Trump's on
I think Saudi Arabia will end up being in the Abraham Accords.
this year.
Could be, but soon, not in a very long way. Oh, look at that! It says TikTok. My, what is that all about?
First, we have Alaska, sir. This is an executive order relating to unleashing Alaska's potential as an energy reservoir for the entire nation.
And what about Anwar?
I believe that would be included in aspects of the
So
order.
we're opening up Anwar.
We're opening up Anwar. Yeah, go! Let's go! Let's get Anwar!
Used to warn about the dangers of TikTok spying on Americans. What changed that you're not worried about that anymore?
Well, it depends on the deal. I mean, I may not do the deal, or I may do the deal. TikTok is worthless. Worthless. If I don't approve it, it has to close. I learned that from the people that own it. If I don't do the deal, it's worthless. Worth nothing. If I do the deal, it's worth maybe $1 trillion. $1 trillion. So if I do the deal I'm talking about doing it for the United States. If I do the deal for the United States, then I think we should get half.
The TikTok
In other words, I think the U.S. should be entitled to get half of TikTok. And congratulations, TikTok has a good partner. And that would be worth, it could be $500 billion or something. It's crazy. The numbers are crazy. But it's worthless if the president doesn't sign, then it's worthless. If the president does sign, it's worth maybe $1 trillion. So I think like a joint venture. I think we would have a joint venture with.
And war, and war, and
We'll see what
war.
happens. I mean, that's one of many ideas I've had.
The CEO is around. Did he say that he's open to that idea?
Who?
The CEO of TikTok is around.
Oh, I think he'd probably like it because he's got nothing. I mean, they really have nothing. It's passed in Congress. It gives the president a right to make a deal or to close it. And we have 90 days to make that decision. But I could see making a deal where the U.S. gets 50% of TikTok, polices it a little bit or a lot, depends on them. But remember, they make telephones in China. They make all sorts of things in China. Nobody ever complains about that. Here they're complaining about this. There's so many different products made in China, and nobody ever complained about it. The only one they complain about is TikTok. And TikTok is largely young people. I guess I have a warm spot for TikTok that I didn't have originally. But, you know, I went on TikTok, and I won young people up by 36%, Peter. And Republicans typically don't do too well with young people. But it's a different Republican Party.
Would the U.S. assume TikTok executive portion of TikTok then, or how would it get that 50%?
No, you take 50% of TikTok for the approval that TikTok can continue in business. And they'd have a great partner. The U.S. would be their partner. But the U.S. essentially would be paying the value of TikTok.
Would there be a private sector owner as
Could
well in
be,
the
yeah,
US?
could be a lot. Tell you what, every rich person has called me about TikTok
You wanted to block TikTok. Why did you change your mind?
because I got to use it. And remember, TikTok is largely about kids, young kids. If China's going to get information about young kids, I don't know.
Are you
I think,
Chinese?
to be honest with you, I think we have bigger problems than that. But you know, when you take a look at telephones that are made in China and all the other things that are made in China, military equipment made in China, TikTok, I think TikTok is not their biggest problem. But there's big value in TikTok if it gets approved. If it doesn't get approved, there's no value. So if we create that value, why aren't we entitled to like half?
Sir, if you don't come in 90 days,
I never do news conferences.
Should I
How many news conferences, Peter, has he done like this?
Like this?
None.
0.
And it would be 0 for the next infinity. For infinity, it would be 0.
Mr. President, can you please talk to President Musk going to help implement the executive orders? I think you mentioned
No.
implementation in your
Elon, no. Elon's very busy sending rocket ships up to various places with lots of satellites on them.
What is your reaction to the confirmation of Marco Rubio, and what does it mean for Latin America?
Which one?
Marco Rubio.
Marco Rubio. You said Marco. Marco.
Rubio.
Yeah, I think he's great. I think Marco's doing a fantastic job. I think he's going to get a lot of votes. I think he's going to be at 90% or something. I mean, I'm hearing very good. People know him. They know him in the Senate. They know he's good. He's doing a good job. I don't know. I can't tell you. I don't know what's going to happen with that. He's got some very strong ideas now, Marco.
Do you understand what he's saying? Yes, I do. What do you mean, what the what?
Just signed it.
How many?
What are you talking about?
Changing power. Are you still committed with Maduro leaving power in Venezuela?
Well, we're going to find out about that too, because we're going to probably stop buying oil from Venezuela. We don't need their oil.
Another embargo like the first term?
Well, it could be, but we don't want to buy. We don't have to buy their oil. We have plenty of oil for ourselves, so
President Trump.
that'll change Venezuela quite a bit.
President Trump, there was a lot of concern about this during the campaign. A question that only works today. Are you a dictator on day one?
No. I can't imagine even being called that. No, I believe in the sanctity of the vote. The Democrats didn't because they cheated like dogs, but I believe in the sanctity, and this was too big to rig. This last election was just too big to rig. But no, really the opposite.
When do you plan to speak to President
Yeah, he's saying that the U.S. should own 50% of TikTok for approving it. I don't know. It seems an insane idea. I don't want the government owning social media companies.
President Putin, we're going to have to find out. He can't be thrilled. He's not doing so well. I mean, he's grinding it out, but most people thought that war would have been over in about 1 week. And now you're into 3 years, right? So he can't be thrilled. It's not making him look very good. Now, eventually, I mean, it's a big machine, so things will happen, but I think it'd be very well off to end that war. We have.
Oh, I know, Eric. Isn't that awesome?
Russian soldiers have been killed.
4 more years of this. I love it.
1,000 Ukrainian soldiers are killed. Russia's bigger. They have more soldiers to lose. But that's no way to run a country.
What did your TikTok order do, Mr. President?
It just gave me the right to sell it or close it. Essentially, with TikTok, I have the right to either sell it or close it. And we'll make that determination. And we may have to get an approval from China, too. I'm not sure. But I'm sure they'll approve it. And if they don't approve it, it would be somewhat of a hostile act, I think. But it's good for China if it gets approved.
Mr. President, so you're not guaranteeing that TikTok will be around after 90 days from today?
No, but it could very well be. It makes sense for it to be, because it's got tremendous value. But if we create the value by approving, in other words, that approval gives it tremendous value. If that's the case, then we should be entitled to 50% as a country. You understand? You haven't heard that one before, right? That's called a joint venture. And
It's called a joint venture.
nobody ever thought that way before. Well, I don't know. I think you have a lot of people
The
that would be
CCP
interested in TikTok with the United States as a partner.
Mr. President, what was it like walking into the Oval Office this evening?
Oh, what a great feeling. One of the better feelings I've ever had.
Do you like this town better now than in 2017?
Well, we're very experienced now. You would say nobody's ever had experience like I have. I've dealt with some very good people.
Yo,
I've dealt with some
Vike!
very bad people, and I know who the
with
bad
the
ones are.
primer. Thank you, Vike.
Don't
Appreciate
forget,
that.
I was very successful in primarily the real estate business. And people used to say, who's worse, a politician or a vicious real estate developer? And I'd always say, the real estate developer is far worse. But after about 3 months and getting to know scum like Adam Schiff and other people like that, I said, no, actually, real estate people are quite nice by comparison.
Real estate people are quite nice by comparison.
Yeah, I would, but he's told me he wants to make a deal. I mean, Zelensky wants to make a deal.
Kevin Curry, what's up? Tylenol, what's up? Oh, it feels so good. It feels so good. I'm so happy.
I think he's destroying Russia by not making a deal. I think Russia's going to be...
Oh, yeah, it is conservative. It is.
You take a look at their economy. You take a look at the inflation in Russia. So I would hope...
Exactly, Vike. No, they're criminals. That's why they got pardons. They're criminals.
I would hope he wants to make a deal.
Mr. President, are you keeping U.S. sanctions on Russia until he makes a deal?
Well, sanctions or tariffs. I think the word tariff is much better because it keeps your dollar stronger. I think tariffs are more effective. I mean, I use sanctions on Iran. Iran was broke. When I left office, Iran was broke. They had no money for Hamas or Hezbollah, none. They were flat broke. And October 7th would have never happened. And I think you all know that. It would have never happened. They had no money. Now they're rich, but, they're weakened in a different way. I would say that the one attack by Israel really set them back. It really set them back. The pagers, and others.
The pagers. The pagers.
Air defense that was a bad attack for Iran.
That was a bad attack for Iran.
Executive order relating to reform.
Scribble, scribble, scribble. This is awesome, dude. This is fantastic.
We're getting rid of all of the cancer. I call it cancer. The cancer caused by the Biden administration.
How confident are you, Mr. President, that you can keep the ceasefire in Gaza?
Kevin Curry with the 100 bits. Thank you, Kevin Curry.
It's not our war, it's their war, but...
Thank you so much, Kevin Curry. Appreciate that, man.
Weakened on the other side.
Do you support the two-state
Gaza, boy, I looked at a picture of Gaza. Gaza is like a massive demolition site. That place it's really got to be rebuilt in a different way.
Do you plan to help rebuilding Gaza?
I might. Gaza is interesting. It's a phenomenal location. On the sea, best weather. Everything's good. It's like some beautiful things could be done with it, but it's very interesting. But some fantastic things could be done with Gaza.
future in governance.
They don't want fantastic things, dude.
Depends. I can't imagine you could have. Well, you certainly can't have.
They're refilling Hamas ranks with everybody in Gaza wants to join Hamas, which is why Hamas keeps fighting. Is able to fight. They just replace their fighters.
Run viciously and badly. So you can't have that.
Mr. President, on TikTok, sir, do you pause any decision on Chinese tariffs until you know what the resolution on TikTok will be? Are those things
No,
connected
if
at all?
China didn't approve it, we could put tariffs on China. Don't forget.
If China doesn't approve it, we'll put tariffs on China.
Tariffs, and we charge them very little, except for what I did. I put a lot of. We took in hundreds of billions of dollars. But until I came along, China never paid 10 cents to this country. They ripped us off, and they never paid anything. But like, if we wanted to make a deal with TikTok and it was a good deal, and China wouldn't approve it, then I think ultimately they'd approve it because we'd put tariffs on China. Maybe. I'm not saying I would, but you certainly could do that. And if we said, well, if you're not going to approve it, then that's a certain hostility, and we'll put tariffs of 25, 30, 40, 50%, even 100%. And if we did that, I think they'd approve it.
President Trump, you've seen the other living presidents a couple times in the last few months. If you ever had to call on one of them for advice about anything that's going on here, which one would you call?
It's an interesting. Well, I thought Bill Clinton was a very good politician. I don't think he was used properly. I think they disrespected him. When Hillary was running, he came back and he said, you know, you better get up to Michigan and Wisconsin. You remember that, Peter? Every house has a Trump sign on it. And they all laughed at him because the Republicans had won Michigan or Wisconsin for decades, long time. And they all laughed at Bill Clinton. Like, the hell does he know? And he turned out to be right because I won both of them. And then we just won both in this election, too. We won Wisconsin and Michigan and every other swing state. We won all the swing states, all 7. They talked about 7 swing states. We won them all. So, but Bill Clinton he had a great political sense, I think.
You looked like you were having a good conversation with President Obama at President
I
Carter's
was.
funeral.
And you'd like to know what it was? Oh. Everybody wants to know. I know, I wouldn't want to, but we were having some crazy conversation.
Dude, that's crazy that social media is right now is all the January 6th prisoners getting let out.
You might be insulted.
It's an executive order relating to holding former government officials accountable for unlawful disclosure of sensitive information. This next one, sir, is a declaration of a national energy emergency.
So you also
That's a big one. You know what that allows you to do? That means you can do whatever you have to do to get out of that problem. And we do have that kind of an emergency.
President Trump, at some point will you use your powers of the presidency to tell Americans who are concerned about drones?
Yeah, oh,
2 weeks
good.
ago?
Yeah,
What exactly
I will.
Can you tell us now?
In fact, I'd like to know because I just got here.
What do you think?
I just came here. I've been here for what, 15 minutes now.
Do people listening, because this is going out live.
And I got to read this letter too. Because of you, I found this letter.
I can read it for you.
It's interesting. Yeah, I know you would. Your father would too.
But is it anything these drones? Is it anything that people need to be worried
No, I think it's terrible. I would like to find out what it is and tell the people.
And can you commit to some kind of...
In fact, I'd like to do that. Could we find out what that was, Susie? Okay? Yeah, why don't we find out immediately? I mean, I can't imagine it's an enemy or there would have been, people would have gotten blown up all over. Maybe they were testing things. I don't know why they wouldn't have said what it was. They had a lot of them flying over Bedminster, which is interesting, right?
And with the events today and yesterday, was everything moved inside just for cold weather, or was there some kind of a security concern?
No security. Because they had everything shut down to drones. You can shut that down pretty easily if you're sophisticated. They're very sophisticated, these people. No, it was just cold weather. And we made a good move because, first of all, I thought it was incredible in the Capitol today. You know why I liked it? Because I got great reviews on that speech. I got great reviews. Can you believe it? They actually were fair.
This is
Maybe the fake news is changing.
unleashing energy
Yeah,
production.
unleashing energy production. But I thought it was, I think having it in the Capitol is great. It's obviously, you can take care of the people you have to take care of. The city was booming. And if we would have done it outside, people would have been hurt because it was really cold. You know, it was.
Yeah, now I want to know about the drones.
But when you stood outside for 10
I hope
minutes, people were running back.
I thought Trump knew already.
Really windy.
I thought Trump was already getting briefings.
So we made the right decision. You couldn't have stayed. I don't think you could have had it out. You know how cold it was today. It was. People went out for a little while just to test it. They couldn't stay out more than 10 minutes. They all came back in. So we would have had a disaster if we did that, and people would have been hurt.
President, the unlawful disclosure, EO, is that related to the Hunter Biden situation?
Which one?
The one on unlawful disclosures by federal officials, is that related?
No, I think it's just more general than that. It's not Hunter Biden. I was surprised that President Biden would go and pardon his whole family, because that makes him look very guilty. You know, I could have pardoned my family. I could have pardoned myself, my family. I said, if I do that, it's going to make me look very guilty. I don't think I'd be sitting here, frankly. If I did that, I don't think I'd be sitting here right now, because I would have shown that you're guilty. But by pardoning his brother or brothers, by pardoning all of those people that he pardoned, by pardoning J6, the Unselect Committee, they destroyed all of the documents.
Freedom fan. Thank you, Freedom fan. Thank you, Freedom fan.
And a lot of the information pertains to Nancy Pelosi because she was given 100, I mean, you know this, it's on tape with her daughter. Nancy Pelosi was responsible for not taking advantage of 10,000 soldiers or 1,000. You wouldn't have you could have used 400. It was a relatively small crowd. It wasn't the crowd that was at the mall. It was a small crowd. So I was a little bit surprised that he did it, because it makes him look guilty. I mean, he's going to have to live with that. Now, with that being said, it's unbelievable precedent it creates for a president. But the precedent is unbelievable. Now maybe every president that leaves office, they're going to pardon every person they ever met, so they don't have some lunatic like deranged Jack Smith, who's a total lunatic, by the way. Not a smart guy either, he's a dummy. But we beat the hell out of him. And I helped my reputation.
Do you think you'd have to do the same thing at the end of this term?
Well, I guess now I have precedent to do it. I wouldn't want to do that. No, I think it makes you look very guilty. I think it makes Biden look very bad, very weak, and very guilty.
Yep. Amen. Amen to that. Yep.
I mean, he pardoned everybody. How about this J6 committee? Why is he pardoning them? The reason is because if you delete and destroy documentation, everything, they have nothing, because they were guilty as hell. They rigged it. It was a rigged deal. And when you do that, they look very bad, but I was a little surprised he did it. Liz Cheney, I mean, she's a lunatic. And she lost by the greatest margin in the history of a politician running for governor.
Exactly, 1927.
40 points.
It's so great. It's so great.
The reason it was the greatest is because anybody losing that badly is going to drop out. But she's a nut job. She doesn't drop out. You know, she just keeps chugging forward. And she lost by almost 40 points. That's the biggest number anybody's ever lost by. But why would Biden do that? He pardoned her and pardoned everybody. The reason is that they destroyed documents. And if you're even in a civil case, which this wouldn't be, I mean, people go to jail for a long time for doing that. What's this one?
That's unleashing American energy, sir. It relates to easing permitting processes and other regulatory systems to ensure that we can produce energy efficiently to drive the American economy forward.
This guy's got the best little explanations for what these are.
You confirm that you have added back the Diet Coke fund?
I think this, first of all, I just got here. So my people came in. They have extraordinary decorator sense, right? Let me just see some of the pictures. That's a good one. I could live with him. I could live with George Washington, I can tell you. I could live with Thomas Jefferson. I could live with most of them. They took a very safe route. They don't have any bad ones up there.
Withdrawing from
What
the
is this one?
Withdrawing from the World Health Organization, sir.
Ooh, that's a big one. So we paid $500 million to World Health when I was here, and I terminated it. China with 1.4 billion people. We have 350 to pay. We have, nobody knows what we have because so many people came in illegally, but
I love it. I love it.
325. They had 1.4 billion. They were paying 39 million. We were paying 500 million. It seemed a little unfair to me. So that wasn't the reason, but I dropped out. They offered me to come back for 39 million. In theory, it should be less than that, but you know. And when Biden came back, they came back for 500 million. He knew that you could have come back for 39 million. They wanted us back so badly, so we'll see what happens.
Mr. President?
Pretty sad to think of it. China pays 39 million and we pay 500 million. And China's a bigger country.
Mr. President, you spoke about inflation today in your remarks. What actions are you taking today that will have a direct impact for Americans on their everyday costs to bring the costs down?
The biggest thing and factor for inflation is energy. They screwed up my energy policy, and then they went back to it. You know, they hurt it really badly, and then they went back to it, and they started drilling more. But by that time, it was
Watts,
too late.
Altair. Fighter Killer, what's up?
Many of these things that we're signing, and that Doug Burgum is going to be signing, and Chris Wright, who's phenomenal at, you know, Energy, Department of Energy. We're going to be taking a lot. We're going to make a lot of money from energy. We have more than anybody else. We're going to make a lot of money from energy. We're going to make a lot of money from tariffs. You know, European Union charges us. They have a VAT tax of 20%, but it's really much higher than that. And that's the equivalent, almost the equivalent of a tariff. And they're tough. They're very tough.
Yeah, really, conservative Eric. Let him sign. Let him sign.
They don't take our farm product. They don't take almost anything. And yet we take their cars, and we take their farm product. We take a lot from them. So, you know, we have like a $300 billion deficit with the European Union. So we'll straighten that out with either tariffs or they have to buy our oil.
Oh my goodness, is he ever numb? The guy can talk. Holy cow.
Catch up quickly, buy our oil and gas. And they should do that.
Will you travel to China this year?
Yeah, it could be. I've had the invite.
Mr.
President, she's
President,
invited
I would do
you
it.
to
Yeah,
come this
I
year.
would do it.
talking about the European Union and the tariffs, like, what do you mean when you say that European Union country like Spain is part of BRICS?
That are what?
BRICS. You said
Oh, BRICS. No, I was talking about BRICS. BRICS is 6 nations. I think it's 7 nations. And they were looking to do a number in the United States. And if they do that, they won't be happy about what's going to happen to them.
Are you still considering a universal tariff, Mr. President, on all countries?
I may, yeah, but we're not ready for that yet. We may put it, wrap it, because essentially all countries take advantage of the U.S. We don't make any good deals in the U.S. It's amazing in a way that we exist. We don't make good deals. We don't have any good deals. We have a deficit with almost, not all, there are a couple, I won't tell you their names because I don't want them to find out.
Yes, you're right. You're right, conservative. Yep.
There are a couple of countries that actually don't make money with us, but I don't want to let you know because they'll immediately change that. But we're gonna do. I tell you what, our country has an amazing economic future. I really believe that.
What kind of universal tariff if you did do one?
Well, you'd put a universal tariff on anybody doing business in the United States because they're coming in and they're stealing our wealth, they're stealing our jobs, they're stealing our companies, they're hurting.
They're stealing our wealth, they're stealing our jobs, they're stealing our companies.
You put a tariff on to keep them from doing that.
Mr. President, you surrounded yourself with a whole bunch of billionaires today. President Biden, in his farewell address, warned about an oligarchy. I was wondering if you could respond to that.
Well, he had a lot of guys, and then they found out that he didn't know what the hell he was talking about, and I think they deserted him. They deserted him, those same guys. Look, I don't make pretenses, smart guys. But there are a lot of smart people around. But they did desert him. They were all with him, every one of them. Now they're all with me. I don't know. It's not going to get anything from me. I don't need money. But I do want the nation to do well, and they're smart people, and they have, you know, they create a lot of jobs. And if they don't do it, China's going to do it. You know, what they've done is they...
So he basically just called all the big tech CEOs and guys like, just like fair weather fans.
It's okay. They've done a great job. A lot of them. Not all of them.
Protecting women from radical gender ideologies.
Ooh, that's a big one. That's a good one. This is gold. I know. Presidential gold is right.
Sure, I do, but not when you're being ripped off like we are by the World Health. World Health ripped us off. Everybody rips off the United States, and that's it. It's not going to happen anymore. Thank you very much, everybody.
All right, guys, let's go.
One last one, sir. This is your Martin Luther King Day proclamation.
Thank you, President. Thank you, sir. Thank you, President.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Hey, let's go. Thanks, President. Thank you, guys.
This is Martin.
Let's go, guys.
All right, there you have it. That was President Donald Trump as he is signing different executive actions.
Man. Wow. Whoa, inside Trump's Oval Office version 2.0. President Trump's redecorated Oval Office includes a portrait of Benjamin Franklin and a fresh Andrew Jackson painting, part of an Inauguration Day overhaul of the most exclusive office space in America. On Monday around 3:30 p.m., shortly after Trump was sworn into office, Trump's aides gave the Wall Street Journal and a photographer an exclusive peek into the office. A tray of pens was ready on the Resolute desk for Trump to sign executive orders. A valet button that Trump famously used to order Diet Cokes was set up and ready to go. Wow, look at that. The model of the next version of Air Force One was seen in the Oval Office in 2020. Wow, dude, this new one, the new Oval Office looks way not. How does it look that much? Oh, maybe it's just the quality of the yeah, I think it's just the quality of the picture. Like 4 years ago, a portrait of George Washington now hangs over the fireplace, which is flanked by portraits of Alexander Hamilton, Thomas Jefferson, a bust of Winston Churchill. Winston Churchill rests on a table near the fireplace, sitting in the same spot Trump originally had it before Biden moved it out of the Oval Office. What a slap in the face. Yo, Eric, what did you think of that when Biden got Winston Churchill out of the Oval Office and removed Winston Churchill's bust? What a slap in the face to the British. They removed the Iron Lady? Dang. A bust of Martin Luther King Jr., whose likeness both Biden and Trump displayed in the Oval Office, remains. There are also new silver eagle figures over the fireplace on the mantle. The Oval Office is the most iconic setting in the White House. Designed to convey the grandeur and the might of the presidency to the world, it is the setting for meetings with foreign heads of state, brass talks with congressional leaders, and where presidents address the nation in particularly historic moments. We love the Oval Office, Trump said on Monday during an appearance at Capital One Arena in downtown Washington. The wars start and end there. Everything starts and ends at the Oval Office. An eagle figure on a mantle in the Oval Office. Well, that's pretty darn cool. That's a pretty darn cool thing. I like that. Unlike in other working meeting rooms in the White House complex, presidents tend to personalize the office, selecting art and artifacts that emphasize their values and goals of their admin. Freshly made Oval Office serves as a reminder of the change. The Trump 2.0 version of Jackson's portrait hails from the White House art collection. In his first term, Trump had a portrait of the 7th president that was on loan from the U.S. Naval Academy. Biden brought the Benjamin Franklin portrait into the Oval Office to signify his focus on science, and Trump kept it. Redecorating the Oval Office during a transition of presidential power occurs in just hours. Staff made changes when Biden was still in the building. By 10:58 a.m., the blue rug that Biden used had been swapped out for a more neutral one that Trump previously had in his Oval Office. Pieces of the massive Resolute desk had to be disassembled so the rug could be placed under it. Dude, I like Trump's rug way better than Biden's blue one. I wonder what are the books? Are they going to go into what are the books on in the built-in bookshelf? Other presidents, including Ronald Reagan, have hung Andrew Jackson's likeness in the Oval Office, but Trump is particularly fond of Jackson, who rose to power on a populist anti-establishment wave and then remade his party into his own image. At times, the painting made its own headlines. In 2017, some Native American leaders were miffed that the portrait of Jackson, whose actions in office led to forced relocation of Indians that led to thousands of deaths, was the backdrop of an Oval Office ceremony where Trump honored Navajo code talkers. Sitting under the painting of Jackson is a sculpture called the Bronco Buster by Frederick Remington, which also graced Trump's first Oval Office. Trump swapped out a bust of RFK that Biden kept in a prominent spot near the fireplace where it was frequently photographed behind Biden. However, the Kennedy family is an excise from the government. Trump's cabinet is set to include Kennedy's son, RFK Jr., who Trump has picked to lead the PHHS. Or DHHS. We call it DPHHS in Montana. Military flags for each service branch have been put back in the Oval Office. They were removed during Biden's term. Wow, dude. That's horrible. Joe Biden removed these flags of like the Navy, Marine Corps, Army. Wow. Dude, it's just like so obvious when it's just like look at their Oval Offices comparing Biden and Trump. It's obvious that Biden hated America and Trump likes America. It's obvious from their Oval Office setup. Military, okay, like most presidents, both Biden and Trump used the Resolute desk, an 1880 gift from Queen Victoria to President Rutherford B. Hayes. So there's no change there. It's made of white oak and mahogany timbers from the HMS Resolute, a British naval ship used for Arctic exploration. The Resolute desk. When Biden moved it in 2021, he kept the gold curtains that Trump had used for his first term, so those didn't need to be swapped out. Framed photos of members of Trump's family sit on a small table near the Resolute desk, including one of his eldest 3 children in formal evening wear. Another shows him with his daughter Ivanka when she was a girl, and there is an image of Trump with his wife Melania holding their son Barron when he was a baby. Bookshelves included volumes by American novelist Nathaniel Hawthorne. Oh, okay, cool. I should read some we should all read Nathaniel Hawthorne, I guess. Earlier in the day, aides took down jumbo photos that hung on the walls in some West Wing hallways, leaving empty gold-colored frames on the walls awaiting Trump-themed images. When Biden came to power, he tasked his brother James, along with the historian John Meacham, with bringing artifacts into the office that were meaningful. They included a massive portrait of progressive hero FDR that Biden hung over the fireplace to symbolize a moment when the country faced multiple crises. That is gone. FDR. Yeah, Biden thought he was an FDR guy. What are all these medals back there? Trump's Oval Office and much of the West Wing was refreshed a few months into Trump's first term. The striped wallpaper that adorned the walls during Obama's time in office was replaced with the white patterned wall covering that Trump selected himself. That remains. Wow, that's crazy that actually Biden actually kept like Trump's like wall coverings and gold curtains. That's fantastic. Obama liked to have a bowl of apples on a coffee table near the fireplace. Biden kept chocolate chip cookies on hand outside the Oval Office. On Monday, the table included a bouquet of flowers along with a square gold paperweight embossed with the word Trump. A square gold paperweight embossed with the word Trump. That's absolutely fantastic, man. Biden issues last-minute pardons to family. Fauci. Tech elites take center stage. Trump signs executive orders. Israelis' joy at hostage release is weighed down by dread. The chaotic scenes as 3 women were released from Gaza left Israelis anxious about the days ahead and frustrated by the militant propaganda. China signals it is open to a deal keeping TikTok in U.S. Kohl's shoppers want its new CEO to undo what the last one did. Longtime customers are urging the retailer to get back to being my store. American TikTokers get a taste of Chinese censorship as they push to Red Note. Users looking for a TikTok alternative learn about daily life in China, but some posts are taboo. What's this? It took only about a day for Chinese censors to crack down on posts from Americans who had flooded onto the Chinese social media app, Jiahongshu. American TikTok users started downloading Jiahongshu, which translates as Little Red Book and is known to Americans as Red Note. A little more than a week ago, when it looked like TikTok might face a ban in the U.S., their arrival was greeted by Chinese users and opened an unexpected window for free exchange. American and Chinese Jiahongshu users have swapped recipes, showed off their homes, and compared salaries. Early last week, officials from China's top internet regulator told Xi Jinping to keep a close watch on interactions between Chinese and foreign users and intervene if necessary. The Cyberspace Administration of China asked Jiahongshu to filter topics that Beijing deems sensitive, including China's domestic politics. Wow. So no discussion of China politics. Wow. Yeah, Americans started a gender war on Red Note. Oh my gosh. I believe that. One of the first videos Rosetta Hoskins posted on Jiahongshu showed her eating watermelon slices with candy within hours. The 44-year-old Arizonan received a notification in Chinese. Translating it to English, she learned her video would no longer be circulated because it showed cleavage. I had to realize that not all countries are the same and every country has their own set of rules and guidelines. She said she wasn't upset and would be more careful next time. Jiahongshu is a lifestyle app with most content centered on travel, makeup tutorials, fashion tips, and restaurant suggestions rather than political discussion. TikTok isn't available in China, but it has a Chinese sister app, Douyin. TikTok isn't available in China, but has a Chinese sister app, Douyin. American users can't download Douyin. Unlike Jiahongshu, it's only accessible from Chinese app stores. The interest from TikTok users made Jiahongshu the top free app on Apple's App Store last week in the US. Dude, that's crazy. They cared for each other into their 80s. Then he shot her and killed himself. Wow.
Wildfires and also work with other local officials there that actually want to get something done to help the area out. And of course, President Trump, just his presence there, but also making the right phone calls. You know, sometimes it is that common sense. We all have one of these, right? And all you have to do sometimes is pick it up and make the right call and say the right thing. And before you know it, a whole entire disaster is diverted, or what is needed is done. How about when Elon Musk with Starlink was able to send a number of those to the damaged area of North Carolina just to bring in communications? It was a simple phone call that was done. Well, President Trump is that guy. He's the guy that is going to get it done. We already know that. We already just saw it if you watch those live executive orders being signed there by the commander-in-chief. There is a lightness today. To be honest with you, since November 5th, I personally have been glad that the president won because he's a common sense truth guy, right? But I was still, you know,
teams in 1798. All of this kind of feels like there's the possibility of setting up action against cartels in another country, Mexico perhaps. Yamiche, do you think we might see military action in a place like Mexico or possibly Colombia or somewhere in Latin America?
It's a good question. We're not quite sure what the answer is going to be. Time will tell. We know for a fact that this new Trump administration is directing the military to prioritize the border, prioritize really putting what they call the territorial integrity of the United States front and center of the military. I also think we have to think about what is the Alien Enemies Act. And I had to look it up myself. It allows presidents to detain, relocate, and deport non-citizens from a country considered an enemy of the United States during wartime. And this has only been used 3 times in history. The first time was in the War of 1812. Then you had World War I and World War II. So it has been used before, but for it to be used in this way would be different. So we have to see how the Trump administration really does this. But there is this sense in talking to Trump administration officials today that they are really prepared to use all the muscles of the federal government, including the military, to make this happen. Gotti.
Yeah, it gives the war on drugs a whole new meaning. Yamiche, Danny, thank you so much. And don't go anywhere. We are just getting started. Up next, Silicon Valley front and center at today's inauguration. So what does seeing Elon Musk, Tim Cook, Jeff Bezos, and Mark Zuckerberg all there together mean? Well, that's just ahead, so stay tuned.
Elon Musk posted this as progress from Doge. Chief Diversity Officers, Executive Council, 404, page not found. Now, good. Yeah, I think Donald Trump will let loose on the cartels.
Please.
First, we have a list of pardons and commutations relating to events that occurred on January 6, 2021.
Okay, and how many people is this?
I think this order will apply to approximately 1,500 people.
So this is January 6th, and these are the hostages? Approximately 1,500 for a pardon?
Yes.
Full pardon?
Full pardon or commutation?
Full pardon. We have about 6 commutations in there where we're doing further research.
Okay.
Nice to see you again.
Oh.
So this is a big one. Anything you want to explain about this? We hope they get them. We hope they come out tonight, frankly. We're expecting it. Approximately 1,500 people. Six commutations.
And you know that was the FBI's biggest ever operation. What a waste and a horrible organization.
$1 billion worth of our product. I said, I'll do it, but you have to buy American product, and they agreed to do that. They bought 450 billion. It was the least reported story I've ever been involved in.
And now, where are you planning to go now?
Well, I don't know. If Saudi Arabia wanted to buy another 450 or 500, we'll up it for all the inflation.
Mr. President, you say you were going
I think I
to end
probably
the
got
wars first day. How do you plan?
Oh. That's hilarious. Wow. Dude, I'm seeing so many tweets from people who just got pardoned. So many people who are now posting like, oh my gosh, my life is saved, my life is saved. Wow. Wild. Well, guys, Trump says he isn't ready to place universal tariffs on goods from around the world. President Trump said late on Monday he isn't ready to move ahead with universal tariffs on goods from around the world. We're not ready for that yet, Trump told reporters and asked about the idea of universal tariffs. I think I'm going to call it, guys. Thank you guys for being here. What a wonderful day for America. What a wonderful day for America. We'll see you guys tomorrow.